John to give the invocation.
Most eternal God, our Father, once again we thank you for this another day that you've kept us. Bless us and bless these deliberations. Keep our thoughts, minds, and hearts calm as we do the work of Southern University. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please give the roll call.
Yes, sir. Windsor Andrus.
Here.
Lee Hampton.
Here.
DeQueer.
Here.
DeQueer. Ms. Woods. Here. Dr. Ruben Walker.
Present.
Dr. Patton. Here. Dr. Malad.
Here.
Dr. McGee. Dr. Abdullahi.
Here.
Dr. Belton.
Here.
Maya Banks. Here. Dr. Brown.
Here.
And Allison Johnson. Here.
We have a quorum. Are there any public comments?
I forgot one, Gina Eubanks.
Oh. Sure, fuck you.
She's here.
Are there any public comments?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to introduce my supervisor and chaperone for the day, Ms. Vivian Andrews. See you.
Would you like to make a comment then?
Just glad to be here.
All right, okay, good. Could I have a motion to adopt the agenda, please?
Second.
Move and second. Okay. The minutes for the last meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Did everyone get a chance to review the last minutes? Do you have copies? Can I have a motion to adopt?
Motion that.
Second. Okay. Thank you. And we get to the most important part of the meeting, the charge. I turn that over to the President and Chancellor.
Yeah.
Dr. Darrell.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and members of the committee. I would like to again offer my appreciation for your willingness to serve on this committee, and we come together today to resume the search for the Chancellor of the Agriculture Research and Extension Center, and the modification, the Dean of the College of Agriculture. Specifically, the last time we met, and as you are aware, we suspended the search for the Chancellor of the Agriculture Research and Extension Center in light of some revelations that came to my attention, specifically that there has my appreciation that there rests an opportunity to maybe revisit the role of the at that time Chancellor. In subsequent conversations, I came to realize that suspending the search at that time may well have benefited the interests of the Extension and Research Center and the College of Agriculture, specifically from the standpoint of being able to possibly identify a candidate who could articulate the interests of both the Extension Center and the College of Agriculture. And I haven't spoken to a number of stakeholders. I think that was pretty much the common theme that evolved, that we needed someone who can advance, if you will, the goals of both entities, and maybe leverage the resources of both entities going forward. There appeared to be evidence to suggest that the previous model that we were being guided by had some limitations in its in light of the fact that the the campus was not graduating students or did not have the benefit of serving students, and therefore it limited in many ways the opportunities to generate funds accordingly. And with this configuration, with this model as it is now, that prohibition has been lifted. So a couple of months ago, and I think all of you have an appreciation of the action of the board. The Board of Supervisors did in fact endorse a new model of facilitating the work of the Extension Center and that of the College of Agriculture. The board supported a recommendation that served to establish or retain the role of Chancellor of the Agricultural Research and Extension Center, coupled with a dual appointment as Dean of the College of Agriculture. And that's what our task is, that's what our task is today, to go about selecting an individual who would, in effect, serve in two different roles, one as Chancellor and a secondary role as Dean of the College of Ag. And I want to maybe elaborate on that just a moment, because our organizational structure does reflect a configuration where the Chancellor would report to the President of the Southern University System, namely myself. And in this case, the Dean of the College of Agriculture, which would be the College of Agriculture, would be retained within the SUAREC academic structure. The Dean then would have a indirect report to the Provost of the SUAREC campus. And so I've asked Dr. Brown if he would as well, Dr. Christopher Brown, the Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost of the SUAREC campus, if he would partake in this discussion and offer his inputs as this committee go about its due diligence in selecting the next Chancellor and Dean of the College of Agriculture. I'm pleased that he agreed to participate in this search. So it's probably too late to say, to make a long story short. but in effect, what we are asking this committee to do, to resume the work that would be required to select our new leader, a leader who I believe is ably prepared to grow the Extension Service, to help collaborate research efforts, and an individual who would as well serve to bridge the efforts of both the College of Ag and Research and Extension. I think to identify that individual may well constitute a lot of work on your part, but we are nevertheless constrained by the desire for your work to be completed in a timely manner. And so we'll have some discussion about that as illustrated in one of your agenda items. But our aim is to hopefully take this matter to the Board of Supervisors no later than August of 2016. And so we would anticipate that your work begin as soon as possible, such that we could meet such a aggressive timeline. So I'll stop there, Mr. Chair. I'm sure I could elaborate on any other questions, that the committee may have in light of the charge.
I would just like to welcome Dr. Brown. This is your first time coming. So if you don't mind, Dr. Brown, could you just kind of share with us your perspective when it comes to reporting from the College of Agriculture?
Well, Sterling, thank you, Mr. President. I think Dr. Belton said, and I'm in full support of the Chancellor reports, SUAREC reports to Dr. Belton, as it always has. But additionally, the Chancellor will pick up the opportunity to lead the faculty in the College of Agriculture.
Okay, that's good. I have a copy of the position announcement. Does everyone have a copy? I have a few little changes there. I guess I need to get some clarification. And Dr. Brown probably can enlighten me in this. I notice we keep referring to the College of Agriculture, and that's not the official name as I know it. Are there any changes? College of Agriculture, Farming and Consumer Sciences. You have a problem?
No, there were several names that came up. There was some desire to maintain all three names of the departments, which is the one you're referencing: agricultural, family, consumer science, and natural resources. Then there was one that added, had 4 or 5 names, included urban forestry in the name, natural resources and urban forestry. The faculty, and Dr. Walker might have those minutes handy, I didn't bring my laptop. The faculty in the college, in the agricultural areas, in the 3 departments that comprise agriculture, voted on the names of departments and a name for the college. And the one that had the greatest resonance, when no one was complaining, was just to call it agriculture. Now you have 3 departments in the College of Agriculture. One is family and consumer science, one is urban forestry, and one is, I believe, agricultural sciences. But those were, they came from the faculty. But the name was just agriculture.
So I think what you may not be aware of is that the SUBR Academic Council and faculty restructured the academy, and they reorganized the academy from 10 colleges to, I think, 6. And in that restructuring effort, then they renamed the colleges and lifted up a College of Agriculture with 3 departments, and that's what he was making.
And it's separate and standalone, and will work alongside.
I understand that. It's just a nomenclature, because we had that discussion some time back, and this is ancient history. And it was all rational that when you put College of Agriculture out there, sometimes it's an impediment when it comes to recruiting students. And we want to put up front, that's the science. It's a science, especially when we're pushing the STEM cell. The STEM discipline, I'm sorry. My son is in STEM cell research. It's a bargain step. Okay, when we're pushing the STEM discipline, it looks like somewhere in the nomenclature we should have the word science popping up. And that's why we have that. But I have no problem. I just want to share with you.
I think you and I are probably on the same page. I support agricultural sciences. That would be my personal preference. But the faculty voted, and so I have to, represent their interests. But I think that would be a great conversation for them.
I understand. I'm so disappointed there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not disappointed, but did that vote take place before the board made the recommendation to have a chancellor, dean as the head?
Yes, because it was a part of that whole set of packaging that went up. at the retreat the day before and at that.
Okay,
So that might, in the light of things, with a new leader coming on board and looking at it again, that might, okay.
And one of the things that Dr. Dillon has been clear on
Yes.
with academic stabilization is that it's a growth model.
Yes.
So if 5 years from now, whatever the college is, still only has 3 departments, then it's not growing. So ideally, there would be changes coming in the future. So I think we're supporting that.
okay. And the only reason why I raised that, Dr. Brown, is that in the past, when we went recruiting, we usually promote agriculture as a science of agriculture. So we'll be telling students here coming into the agricultural sciences, because normally when there's a college of agriculture, the average parent can doubt when they think about farming.
Yes, that's true, that's true.
That was the reasoning, you know, so that's why I raised that issue, but I'm not gonna speak here then.
If I can make a motion to revise this position announcement as it pertains to the new structure. So it would be reflected, because I'm reading, this is just the old college formation that used to be, is put in there with some of the degree programs missing as well. So the last paragraph on this page of position announcement.
Yeah, with the divisions.
Revised
Yeah.
according to the new approved model.
I'm not following you,
You were saying that the 3 departments should be noted. Last paragraph, on the first page,
Okay.
position announcement.
Position announcement.
You know, like the last one was an operating budget.
Yes.
Right, the last paragraph.
College agriculture encompasses,
Because we have 3,
not 2 divisions, it's 3 departments.
it's 3 departments.
Right.
Yeah.
also divisions are out there.
Division of,
Okay.
I think we had that language and it did change based upon what's on the website for the
Yeah.
college, so we will go back and readjust it to what is actually correct. Thank you, Dr. Adelaide.
Mr. Chairman.
On that note, I would encourage you, to make that change on the website, because if you have someone that's looking at this position.
Yeah.
And they see
right.
2 divisions on the website, and then you got 3 departments, it could be a little bit confusing. So I don't know who would
And
address that, to make that change.
I'll write that and expedite it. They've been,
Yes.
Dr. Daniel's been working on it, and their website changes that were prepared to launch July 1, because that's when it goes into effect. But what I will do is ask him and Lori Young to post the changes early.
Yeah,
We'll get that changed.
thank you.
Mr. Chairman, question. Can we revisit the discussion earlier about agricultural sciences as an option for just right behind the word agriculture instead of agriculture, agricultural sciences? And the reason why I'm making a comment is that I'm out in the field and visiting with students, and when we say, you know, we'd love to see you go to Southern and major in agriculture, first thought in that child's mind is cows and cooking. And my sermon recently has been, there's so many opportunities in the science of agriculture that allows for you to have a job. It's just unbelievable. And the salaries are commensurate with those kinds of jobs. But when we just say agriculture, then it kind of shortchanges the conversation. And I would hope, and I'm going to say this too, at this point, once we get this particular model going and someone in place, the next person hired would be a high-class recruiter that can go out and sell this story as to the changes that we're making here that would allow for bringing students in to major in ag science or agricultural engineering or whatever area there might be, particularly as it relates to USDA and the various kinds of agricultural industries now, the cereals or the laboratories and all of those opportunities that are out there that fall under the heading of agricultural sciences. And that's my comment. Thank you.
I think we also need to probably revisit that, because we do have a Department of Agricultural Sciences, and we don't want it to be confused with the College of Agricultural Sciences. I know the Family and Consumer Science colleagues, that they certainly would like to still see in the name the We call it in the old days home economics, but now it's family consumer sciences. So if we go down that road, we definitely need to bring out the family consumer science side of that in the college thing, right?
If I may add one, couple of sentences to clarify the whole idea of coming up with the College of Agriculture. In the past, the science entities, like College of Sciences, they maintain that under sciences, agriculture is one, therefore there is no need for agriculture. Now, the whole idea of getting the agriculture, separating agriculture, to show that agriculture by itself is a viable entity, just like the USDA has this whole department called agriculture, under that we have so many divisions. So to make it sciences, you then open the door for another merger issue where we go back to the square number one. So that is something to remember, that distinction of agriculture. And it's given for those who know that all the sciences under that are sciences.
Well, I
The USDA though does also include the concept of agricultural sciences. And I know the faculty of family and consumer sciences would certainly like to see that name retained as a part of the new naming, because when you start to recruit, you don't see that in the name, and certainly that's a factor when you start to look at trying to recruit students. So,
And a win-win.
consideration would be to include that as we discussion.
Could you raise your hand, please, let me know talk over each other. Who's on the floor now? Calvin?
No, I've already spoken. Go ahead.
Okay.
I guess if we heard Dr. Brown and what he said,
Revisit.
and the fact of what President Felton said, that he expedited this process, I believe we're gonna leave it in this document as a college of agriculture. Because you went to the fact, so you've got to vote in and a buy-in from you. But it's not to say that in the future, when we go forward, it can be revisited.
Right, and this conversation is so telling, because it is reminiscent of how it came to be what it is. Because agricultural sciences wanted their name in it, family consumer sciences wanted their name in it, and urban forestry, natural resources was in it. And so the name of the college was just to combine the departments with an and in between them. And so they decided to go to their root agriculture, and they voted as a faculty, the entire faculty of the university voted. The Dean's Council voted, and then it went to the Board of Supervisors. But I'm not, that doesn't mean it's the end. Ideally, once a new leader is selected, it's almost like when we have a pastoral circuit, you'd want the pastor to come in and look at the mission statement. And so whoever the new Chancellor Dean is might have some ideas even greater than what we can come up with, and push us towards a new name. But I don't think that the president or the board or anyone is against changing the name at all. I'm certainly not. I'm welcome to it.
All I would say is that the faculty, the challenge is marketing. We go to marketing, that's a challenge now when it comes to recruiting. Because I've been obviously recruiting, I understand how people feel about just saying agriculture. So that's the reason why I raised this. I don't want to split that again.
But I think also we have to proceed on, because the College of Agriculture is still a relevant popular name of the
Yeah.
And not only that, Provost Dr. Christopher Brown had mentioned, when we voted as a faculty within the College of Ag, Family, Consumer Sciences prior to the board meeting, I think it was over 60% of those who were there supported College of Agriculture amidst the other options.
That's fine.
And when Dr. Christopher Brown called a meeting, pretty close to 100 faculty across the campus, deans, administrators, and it was brought up, and no one objected to, for now, College of Agriculture. And I was so happy just to see agriculture away from sciences. So
That's fine. That's fine. Now, the last paragraph on the first page said the Division of Agricultural Sciences offers 3 Bachelor of Science degrees. Is that correct? Agricultural Science, Agricultural Economics, and Urban Forestry?
No,
You don't have a degree in agricultural economics, huh?
no, we don't.
Yes, so that's,
So that's what Kevin had mentioned, if we just go with.
We'll go with what Dr. Brown has as the,
So we can just scratch what he has.
so what are you gonna do? Just fix.
I would suggest if that would be, things according to the documentation that Dr. Brown has.
Right.
To be accurate.
Right, within the operating budgets of approximately 2 million, the College of Agriculture encompasses 3 departments.
Three departments, okay.
You know, so for those 3,
You're not gonna do yes, that's,
Moving it on, yes, sir.
okay, 3 departments, yeah.
And the degree programs can be mentioned.
And the degree programs would be what now?
At the undergrad level, you have BSc in agricultural sciences.
That's it?
okay, and hold that, and then say, as Dr. McGee had mentioned, Dr. Eubanks, with concentrations in, should we do that? Concentrations in animal science, pre-veterinary medicine, plant and soil science, and academics.
That can put in a parenthesis.
Parentheses, it's a BS in
Then we'll go
agricultural
to
science.
faster. Ms. Robinson.
Right, I was gonna
Can you
simply,
capture everything?
actually I didn't, but I was gonna simply add, if you all could just do that too.
Yes,
Right.
so
That
that's
may
right.
be the easiest way.
Yes, that's right.
Please do that. And
Dr.
that,
McGee, you could do the same thing for family and soil science.
I remember we have a timeline to deal with, so
Right.
you gotta get it to her by tomorrow.
Today?
By today. Okay, all right, good.
Right.
Can we move on? Let's look at qualifications.
Just as a technical point,
Yes, yes.
Dr. Abdallah had made a motion to revise the position description. I'm assuming it's moot, or was there going to be a second in a vote?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That's what I said here. He had made a motion, so as a formality, you want to entertain a second and have a vote to revise the position description to reflect the accurate description.
I'm glad you're here, Mr. DeQuier. Sure, who made the motion?
I made a motion, right.
Do I have a second for that motion?
I'll second.
Okay.
It was a motion to revise the accurate.
All those in favor of the motion, could you signify by saying aye? Aye. Opposed? No. Motion carried. Okay. Thank you, Mr. DeQuier. Can we review the qualifications here?
Chair.
Yeah.
With the first qualification, our doctorate accredited institution in what? I would think it would be.
Oh, I heard doctorate in food and agricultural sciences. Do you have any problem with that, Dr. Brown? An earned doctorate in the food and food and agricultural sciences. And I think that's all encompassing.
Is that typical, or,
Yeah.
just curious?
That's the language used at USDA. Agricultural science.
And they also have sometimes related, closely related sciences.
Yeah.
Right.
And closely related sciences.
Yeah.
Sciences.
Yeah.
I would use the preposition or, so you don't imply that's all three.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Or-
closely related sciences.
Yeah.
Or closely related sciences.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. You get that, Ms. Robinson?
Got it, yes, sir.
And that's a good one, because last time we talked about December, we just said 1890. It was right here.
Yeah.
We narrow ourselves.
Senior level administrative experience, preferably in higher education. I think that's very appropriate.
Can I ask one quick question before we get off of that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna step up my sciences while I'm correct that. I agree and support that wholeheartedly. What are the thoughts on agricultural leaders who may not have such a designation? So for example, if Secretary of Agriculture Thomas Vilsack applied, I think his terminal degree is a law degree. Isn't it?
It is.
So the United States Secretary of Agriculture would be ineligible for this position. So I'm just,
Technically, yes.
okay.
Yeah, you would be. Yeah.
I'm out. I'm just,
What would you recommend?
Yes.
Would there be a recommendation?
I think, it might give us more room. I just was reading the minutes and I saw the pool was sort of small the last time. If we said, terminal degree required, maybe an earned doctorate in food and agricultural sciences or related discipline preferred.
Wait, let me raise this question. Would you have any problem with SACS accreditation?
No, I think that the most important thing for SACS will be that they have 30 hours in the discipline, whatever it is, that they teach it, with their faculty appointments.
But for the administrator, they need constraints. Okay.
What about the word the ideal candidate will possess? The word should, instead of will?
Oh, that's yeah.
The ideal candidate will.
Yeah, you're
possess,
talking.
right below qualifications.
Now that helps. If you changed it to should,
Sure.
then you could keep it
And it's,
the way that, you could, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But if you add, I'm sorry, if you add will possess, that means that maybe the degree would, the person doesn't have to have the degree at the time of hire.
I think should,
Take what you should.
I think should is more appropriate.
Right.
Sure, it will be nice. Could we move on? Okay. Senior level administrative experience, preferably higher education. That sounds good. Outstanding scholarly credentials, including recognition as an accomplished academic leader. Yeah, strong. A demonstrated commitment to research, teaching, outreach, and equal opportunity. I'm trying to see how that fits in. Is it from, right? You have a problem with that? Equal opportunity? Don?
I'm
I
curious,
see you struggling.
I'm curious,
Yeah.
what does equal opportunity mean in, how does it relate to teaching, research, and outreach?
That's why I raised that question. I was struggling with that, but, we are here at that body search committee.
must not discriminate based on race, sexual preference, religion.
But is that the best place for that statement?
That's what I'm saying.
It should probably be a separate statement.
No, it's not, no.
No,
It's a land function of teaching, research.
I would scratch that, and we go on to serve as a separate.
And we should add it on.
Okay, good.
And how we try to demonstrate.
Yeah.
I would say extension.
And say that,
Are you,
Yeah, I would say extension.
yeah, extension.
Teaching,
Yeah, extension.
Extension.
What's the name?
research,
So that's what all this whole thing is.
I like public service,
But
and I think that is as opposed to extension. Because extension in my mind just talks about, the cooperative extension program,
But it's
a service.
It's something.
But public outreach,
Right. But the person is going to be over, three major areas, research.
stand on that.
I'm trying to remember what the land grant document says. Does it say teaching, research, and service?
I think it may say,
Teaching,
I think
research.
it's-
it doesn't say
I think
extension.
extension.
Teaching, research, okay, all right. That's
You think the vice chancellor for extension. What for
I mean, it is encompassing.
So we need extension.
Let's see, we settle on that, so extension, okay.
I think we need extension there, but I can understand the public service. That
Give me another.
it could be in another caption.
Yeah.
Because public service broad is
It's
there,
broader.
where you may just be of service, provide a service. When you say extension, you're thinking of the educational delivery
Credentials.
program.
In addition to extension.
Demonstrated public service would be another, something like that.
Okay. A demonstrated ability to attract, retain, and advance diverse and superior faculties,
And that covers
students,
equal
body, and
opportunity.
staff. Huh?
Right.
Yes, that works.
That's good.
That covers
So would that have the equal opportunity, you think, when it says diverse?
diverse, yeah.
Outstanding leadership and communication skills to effectively interact with stakeholders and be a strong advocate for the college. Not just the college, but
Right.
also the ag sector.
For agriculture.
For agriculture.
Agriculture.
For agriculture.
For agriculture.
Everything is, a thorough understanding of the financial issues facing the 1890 land grant institution.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Gotta be aware.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I think that next one, that's all part of the same board. I think that it should be in the capacity too, that's all one.
Okay.
Oh, that's all one?
Yes.
Okay.
Visionary.
And the capacity
Yeah, I think that should be one.
to be a visionary and visible leader in the state of Louisiana in agricultural, consumer, and environmental issues.
Louisiana as a nation, we just need, I remember a few years ago, Floyd Allison was appointed as USDA liaisons, the value program was on. And I happened to be at USDA with a person, they were getting ready to disband it. Because they didn't see the dean of the college. Dr. Ladd, it's not you, you were vice chancellor.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were inducting them.
And the issue was, the USDA ARS, which is the largest research area of USDA, they wanted to see the dean. And the scholars that I had three, and he placed all three. But he was looking for the administrator, and the administrator was in this cubby hole in Fisher Hall.
Yeah.
So that visibility problem, as you mentioned, needed to be must be at the USDA and other places.
The global.
Yeah.
You make yourself clear, let the president know I wasn't the dean.
That person is not deceased.
All right.
And that's so important. Dr. Christopher Brown, President Johnson need that help.
Yeah.
You know, they can, for Dr. Johnson to be there, and President Donald Trump would say it's huge. But you need a team that can go there once he identifies them.
It's not 3 minutes now.
Once that we was talking about, that's the way we're gonna get the visibility, because the other schools are there, you know, looking for resources.
Okay.
Right back to that.
All right. Next item, progressive and responsible experience in higher education administration, financial management, technological resources for education, resource and program development are related skills germane to the land grant mission. We have a lot packed in here. You look at that one carefully for me. Progressive and responsible experience in higher education administration, that's good. Financial management. Technological resources for education. Resource and program development are related skills germane to the land grant mission.
Could you almost say progressive and responsible in higher education, administration, financial management, technological resources, and program development, and with our related skills germane to the land grant mission? Because you got that, for educational resources, you got that in there twice. And it's, technological resources, not only for education, when you talk about, who you talk about, research, extension, all three of them. So,
I agree, it reads a little cleaner.
yeah. And then we can play with it a little, we can play with it even a little bit more, but there you say technological resources and program development.
And just program development.
Okay,
And or related skills.
that's it, yeah, that's it. Mhm. So it'll be technological resources, program development, and or related skills to make the labor admission.
Okay, yeah, that captured it. Okay, good. Experience in strategic planning and effective human resource and budgetary management. That's a must.
Yes.
That's a must. Yeah. Demonstrated commitment to working with students, faculty, staff, alumni, and business and community partners. That's a must for this position. Okay.
At the end, might have to come out to alumni business,
Should,
possibly, correct.
Alumni, I'm sorry, what was that, Kevin?
Oh, where it says alumni, comma, there's an and that might not necessarily be
it
there.
gets to come out.
Can they
Come out at the end.
And if it's comma after business,
Yeah.
not easy.
Yeah.
I would include federal partners or federal entities,
Why not say government?
government entities.
Yeah.
Federal, yeah.
States and federal.
What's that, Mr. Hampton?
Why not say governmental entities, which would include state and federal? Political or not political?
Local and state.
So
You might have to alumni.
where would we stick that on?
Alumni, comma, governmental entities and community partners.
We would still need business and
Right, right.
Okay.
So,
Yes, maybe it's good again.
we would then raise demonstrated commitment to work with students, faculty, staff, students, faculty, staff, alumni, governmental entities, business,
Business.
and community partners.
Okay.
That's good.
Very good, very good.
Because community partners would entail NGOs, none of them.
Local.
But usually the NGOs.
Would stakeholders be a word, partners better, that would be sometimes in stakeholders, which is better.
You use stakeholders of different community partners, it's broad.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
I gotta read one.
Broad knowledge of methods in developing and initiating agreements with institutions and a background in successfully forming linkages with stakeholders to enhance and develop programs that respond to the community needs. That's all inclusive there.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it captures everything. Excellent
Should it be
verbal.
land-grant communities?
I'm sorry.
Land-grant communities? Do we need that word in there?
No.
I don't think so.
Limited.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to. Why is with institutions? I don't think that needs to be there, because we enter into agreements with other entities other than institutions.
Broad knowledge of methods in developing and initiating agreements with institutions.
I think we can just leave it with initiating agreements and the background. I don't,
The meeting with institutions.
Excellent. Broad knowledge of methods in developing and initiating agreements.
And it could be agreements with any
With local, state, national
nonprofits.
entities. Or international entities.
What's that?
With institutions.
Joint purpose. Yeah.
If he initiated contractual relationships, technically what we're talking about.
So you don't necessarily, that's not.
Say who we be doing the relationship with. Okay.
Seems like it's a little odd leaving out the with we could check with diverse agencies or something like that. Would that capture things?
Entities would be more,
Diverse entities?
yes.
Just
Including
entities
international entities.
altogether,
That
just
will-
entities altogether, you don't want to say diverse.
Okay, entities.
Entities.
Yeah.
So we're taking out stakeholders to replace it with entities?
Institutions.
Yeah, varied entities, yeah, that's fine, that would capture. Varied entities. Varied entities.
Read that again. As revised.
Yeah, broad knowledge of methods in developing and initiating agreements with varied entities and a background in successful reforming linkages with stakeholders to enhance and develop programs that respond to the community needs. Excellent verbal and written communication skills and strong interpersonal skills. That's a must. Okay. Let's see, do we have anything with that research?
The application process, Dr. Malad, nothing has changed.
Yes.
Except, the date should be July 8th. The deadline, the very last line should be July 8th, 2016. I know we haven't talked about the timeline yet, but that should not be changed.
It should be about July when?
July 8th, 2016.
July 8th.
Everything else remains the same from the previous,
So the one that says revised, is this correct?
that is correct, yes. It should only be one time wrong.
Do we need a motion now to accept it? Please.
Should we consider perform related duties as assigned as a qualification?
Other than,
Did we put that in the previous one?
Yes.
Perform related duties as assigned. We are required civil service workers as a catch-all. 5%. If I'm asked by Dr. Butler, Dr. Brown to do something that's still related, you don't want to say it's not in my job description.
let me get a legal input here. Is that necessary?
Before we have people respond, Dr. Morgan, that will go in the job description. This is just a position.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yes, I'm
It
listening.
will go in the actual job description.
Right, yeah, right. Could I ask another question? Yeah, could I ask another question? Is there anything else we need to add to the qualification? I think we have.
Job description, that's what it is.
But it will be the job description.
Yeah.
So we took out, equal opportunity in the fourth one, so that would go in the job description then, because I think that was a discussion the last time.
Equal opportunity.
Demonstrated commitment to diversity. I think that was the one last time.
But I thought we added that to the next bullet where we talked about the diverse and superior faculty. Did you want to speak to the diversity beyond the faculty? I think that's what you-
Yeah, but no, I was just, I remember from our last, discussion previous, that there was a point in terms of equal opportunity, and it was a specific bullet point. So I was asking whether it was, need to be here or as a part of the job description. It's to do a job description. Not necessarily.
Good one, yeah.
Is it here?
Because I think that, you know, with commitment to diversity and stuff like that, as a
We made a
record,
point
yeah,
there.
yeah, definitely, yeah. Could I have a motion to accept the position now, sir? Okay. Motion is moved by. Is it Calvin or, after
Motion.
This is right.
Second.
Could I have a motion? Could I,
Slow down, slow it down.
let me slow it.
Slow down.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. Next item, timeline, and this is very important and meeting schedule. Are you gonna read that off, Ms. from?
Sure, I can. In keeping with the charge that Dr. Dalton shared with us a moment ago, to have the search concluded by the August meeting of the Board of Supervisors, we simply took that date and backed up to the proposed timeline to where we are today. So if we take a look at the items on the timeline, see if this is something, I think we can do this in this amount of time. But any feedback as it relates to the process between now and now and August 12th.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it. You know, as Dr. Merritt made reference, I mean, it is your committee, Mr. Chair, so if you want to edit or revise some of these dates, that would provide for the submittal of a candidate in and around July 26th. You have that prerogative.
Today's what, the 7th?
Yes, sir.
Could I ask a question, Dr. Brown, you can answer? When does the early fall semester start?
15th of August.
15th of August, okay.
Arnold?
We just want to make sure it lines up with your semester year.
Yeah, I don't think the July 26th date impacts anybody in this room, probably other than the stuff I think myself. And Cameron Abdullahi, I'm not sure. I know the ag program, some faculty in the Department of Agricultural Sciences, along with some faculty in the College of Sciences, are hosting a conference on clean energy and sustainable something, I should know it, SETC, in India on July 25th, 26th. I'm just making sure you're not going.
No, that's not where.
Okay.
Okay, but we're not.
Okay, this is fine.
Okay, that's good, that's good. Yeah, we keep it in good shape here with the timeline. And everyone live with the timeline? Okay, can we lock this in? Can I have a motion to accept this timeline?
I make a motion to accept the tentative timeline.
Okay. Could I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion? Will you indicate by saying aye?
Aye.
Opposed? So we allow this timeline, Mr. President, and hopefully you work to get the country.
Mr. Chairman, we send a copy to Bernie? We send a copy to Mr. Bernie?
Who, Bernie, his son? No, no. I know I'm bringing politics in this. Yeah, just for your information, Dr. Uda will be added to the search committee. Dr. Sabat is unable to serve this semester because he has some family issues and he probably yes, his daughter getting married and I cannot stand that very stressful time. So Dr. Uda is unable to make it to the Dr. Oscar Uda will be on the search committee. Is there any other thing for discussion? Other business?
I'm sure people will ask me, position will be posted by June 8th?
Yes.
Okay.
I do want to add, Mr. Chairman, we're going to make the, to Dr. Walker's point, we're going to make those edits that you all suggested today and have this posted immediately.
Yeah.
So we can take down what we've got, Mr. Ford, will add this.
Because that's very important. She has to get that she can advertise.
So if you and Dr. Abdullahi will send that statement that.
Today, all right.
Immediately.
And I also, Mr. Chairman, wanted to add, just as a point of procedure,
Yeah.
3 candidates that applied in the previous search prior to us stopping the search. We'll be asking them if they would like to reapply, or would they like to continue their applications as they were submitted.
Okay.
So we'll let them know of the changes in the position,
That's fine.
and if they'd like to resubmit.
That's fine.
Yes, Dr. Belton was reminding me to make sure we share that we are advertising this both in trade journals as it relates to higher education, and also Dr. Eubanks gave us contacts for the databases of the Association of Extension Administrators, the Association of 1890 Research Directors, and the Association for Public and Land Grant Universities. So we're reaching out to those three. In fact, we get in touch with them to let them know that the search has been revised and we'll be getting new information to them.
The bases are covered, and like that. Done?
I wanted to ask, were we gonna ask the previous applicants to reapply, or if their application is?
That's what you were saying,
Yes.
that's what you were saying.
I-
Yeah.
And we did inform them that the search had been suspended, so that they would know we weren't going forward, and that we would let them know at such time we would resume. Right. So they were aware that it's.
That was the question I was gonna ask before she raised her question.
So in your eyes. I saw it, guys.
So in this case, let's get it clear. If they intend to keep the original application, would they have a letter to say that?
They can send us an email back that says they'll like, in fact, I'll share with you whatever communication they share back with us,
Okay.
saying that they would like to continue as is with the application. And if they should change, we'll let you know that as well.
Okay.
So you can revise. I would imagine they may want to tweak it a little bit in light of our additional qualifications.
Oh, Dr. Brown.
I want to add, Robin, that just about a month ago, we bought a system advertisement packet with Inside Higher Ed.
Yes,
No,
totally.
yeah, so,
Yes.
so this can also go, once it goes to HR, it'll go on Inside Higher Ed as well.
I have one question. The board approved for the transition to take place July 1. And the college, I guess what will we do July 1? Will it just remain as is until this position is filled? Because the transition, if I'm correct, Dr. Brown, the transition according to them is July 1, you mentioned.
Right.
So what, yes, sir.
No, we would separate the restructuring is effective July 1. We would ask Dr. A.L. Brown to retain the interim role or to assume the interim role of Chancellor and Dean of the college.
One, just looking at the timeline here, I'm sorry we haven't approved, but it's just an oversight on my part. It seems like we need to have a meeting in the near future to develop a screening tool for the applicants. Remember we did that, and that's a meeting here, and somehow we got to plug that, we got to modify this. What would seem like a reasonable time. And the last time what I did, I appointed a committee of 4, I think Don, you on it. Well, Sabato wasn't here, so hopefully we'll draw from Dr. Doug. And Cameron? Okay, so we have, could you maybe do that, Dr. Patton, Dr. Walker, and then Dr. Dillon, and Oscar, the former committee, to develop the screening tool for the application, for the applicants. To revise the screening tool. Now we have that screening tool, that's revise. So, what do you suggest as a meeting date for us to come back and look at the revised tool? Kevin, let's get your attention.
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
Could you also suggest a date when we could come back and review those instruments? We try to expedite the process, and we don't want that when applications are coming in, we're skirting around just to come up with that evaluation instrument.
Would it be a significant amount of revision that would need to take place, that they could not do it and then circulate it electronically? I don't know. Because what we've done, we've added the position of dean.
And then we just.
So you've done this one
for that violation.
It's gonna be public, so you can't vote on it electronically, but they could develop it and distribute it electronically. You'd have to meet the.
We'd have to meet.
Okay, but you can vet it electronically outside of the meetings. Like somebody can develop it, email it, and y'all can individually email back suggestions. But you would have to meet to approve the final version.
Mr. Chairman, it appeared that the last time it was a period of 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks for that committee. So do that, unless I'm just looking at it.
We won't need that much time now, because we'll just need to go in, as I understand it, and add in those criteria which reflect the academic.
Just looking at what I did before. That makes sense to me.
So, let's look at the calendar and see what is reasonable here. And let me check to see if I have any doctor's appointment. They will.
This is
Yeah.
I had to run out, I got
Let me check the calendar. All right, okay. July, okay, let me see. Are we, today's what, June 7th? Yeah. What is it, it means 3 weeks?
2 to 3 weeks is what you did.
Yeah, with that.
3 weeks will be the 21st. 28th. Yeah, June 28th.
Would that be fine?
The last time it was January, we met January 13th, and the next meeting is February 4th. That's fine. Okay, so, which is what we took 3 weeks.
That'll put it right, that'll put it before the application is due, so it should be done before then.
June 28th.
Okay.
At that time, all we'll be doing is meeting to approve the evaluation too, okay? Okay. So our next meeting will be June 28th, at 2 p.m. Would that be fine? 28th, the 3rd.
It's a Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay.
We have a June, I'll be next week, the Oscars next week, right?
14th. Well, since we're meeting and we approving the instrument, would that be a time that we also would like to review the questions, the interview questions that we had? Is that a- Yeah.
That's another challenge. You remember, the challenge we had was to have the question lined up with the evaluation document, okay? But what you're working on first here now is the screening tool, because the applications are coming in, you want to make sure these candidates meet the basic qualification before we can proceed in our advancement in the search process. So, would that committee take on the responsibility also down the road of the final evaluation document?
So with that said, shouldn't we meet earlier than June 28th? Because that's like, it seems we're getting into,
Yeah, I agree.
like June,
What's
we could put June 28th
before that?
or June, June 17th or something.
I agree.
17th or
Earlier, maybe June 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, something like that.
That's next week.
21st.
The 21st, that's about yeah, what about the 21st?
21st,
Oh, take that long.
21st.
that's where,
No, you couldn't take
Dr.
it.
Eubanks and I are at a meeting on the week of the 21st.
how about the week of 14 to 17 or something? I think the earlier the better.
That's next week.
That's next week.
week.
The 21st, seems like that's like,
Yeah, that's next week, right?
what, the 21st is what, that Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
What about Thursday? Thursday would be what, the
16th.
the 23rd? What about 23rd?
We're
Another
traveling
travel.
back on that day.
And we also have a fighting program.
I'm about to say,
How about
that's
six?
more family, because they'll be wrapping up,
How about Thursday 16th? That would be more like at the
Again,
end
that's
of
next
next week.
week, yeah.
But that's almost 1, 2, 3, 4, that's almost 10 some days, right? Or 17, 16 or something.
But a lot depends on you guys now, because you are going to be developing that instrument, so just tell me what's reasonable for you. If you say next week Tuesday, that's fine with me.
I think next week, maybe the latter part of next week would be, because after that, some people would be out.
So
Next week, the latter part of next week, we'll have 300+ kids roaming through this building.
But we're doing.
Yes. So that doesn't work for us.
but you said that we have the 28th, and the 28th would still give us a week and a couple days
Okay.
before the applications are due. And everybody could do the 28th.
How about the 29th? Since I'm looking at 28th, that would be, we have a visit.
We have to add in the parent.
A visit, we have a visit.
All day?
Yeah. I mean, 29 or 30 would be more conducive for us. Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday.
Let me just throw this out. How does July 6th look for everyone?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's, because the 8th is when the application.
But the applications don't come to us.
Right.
No, they don't.
They'll come to you after the 8th.
And they'll come to us after that, so.
That would be perfect for us. June 6th. I mean, July 6th.
Who else is that conflicting? Is that conflicting?
Yeah.
It's conflicting with me as well. I don't have any here.
So
I think there's less conflict that last week of June, so we need to try to see what you figure. When we say
22nd. 27th is a Monday.
You have any problem with the 27th? That's what, June 27th? And what day is it?
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday?
Yeah.
June 27th.
Just need, if you can, maybe.
2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Now, folks, that's gonna be a pretty busy day. In other words, we're looking at the screening tool, that's one. The next item is the evaluation instrument and the questions. So we gotta come prepared to discuss all of those. We're not need to expedite the process. We're not gonna split it up. So that meeting is gonna be with the screening tool, the evaluation document, and the questions.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
the plus side is we got roadmap to follow now.
With that?
Yeah.
Oh, they need to have a roadmap, that's what I'm saying.
And then Mr. Attorney DeWeer said that we can vet that, we can receive it beforehand, so beforehand, so that makes the meeting more productive.
I make any comment you want, but the
Uh-huh.
approval has to be.
In face.
Yes. Good. I think
We
it's
want to start earlier.
early. Like 2 o'clock. Can we meet 1 o'clock? I know Ms. Robbins is gonna give us lunch. Is that correct? Hey, Windsor, make sure it's a warm lunch. Okay, I didn't get item for discussion, 1 o'clock. And the next meeting is June 27th, 1 o'clock, same place. June 27th, at 1 o'clock. Are there any other items for discussion? Could I have a motion for adjournment? Sorry.
Who's second?
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much for your presence. I know Gina is running to Shreveport, so we return our meeting. Mr. President, I got one.
I,